Alright mates, welcome back, and in this video, it's going to be an awesome one. Gonna talk to you guys about filters. Now a filter, as I'm sure you could have guessed, is a way that you can filter out your packets, because whenever you start capturing packets, okay, there's a ton of crap here. 99% of this, you usually don't care about. You don't care about all the UDP or, even most of the TCP traffic. Maybe you're just looking at what websites your kids go to. So we need to figure out how to filter out all the extra crap, and we just want to focus on the good stuff. Now, before I start showing you guys all the cool commands and how you can filter, I need to talk to you about one thing, and that's the different types of filters. So there are two different types of filters. One is a display filter, and one is a capture filter. So the display filters are right here, and if you go to capture options, then your capture filters are right there. And I'll explain the difference right now. So this data that you're looking at is about 10 seconds before this tutorial started. I just went on Chrome and I went to like Pastebin and NHL.com and like a couple different sites. So this is all the traffic, but it also includes other stuff like UDP, other TCP traffic, and just a bunch of stuff in the background. So if all of my results are here, all the packet, and I just want to filter them out, then I could throw something in here like HTTP and hit apply, and now it's gonna take all of those results and find only the HTTP packets and display them to me. Alright, that's a display filter. That was pretty easy to understand. So what the heck is a capture filter? So if I said, okay, I'm gonna filter this by HTTP, my capture, then that would mean during my capture, while I was listening for traffic, it wouldn't even log any of this other stuff except HTTP. So your capture filter is what do you want to log, and your display filter is of all your stuff, what do you want to see? And that's kind of confuses a lot of people sometimes, because they're like, okay, I have no filters in here, but for some reason I'm not seeing any UDP traffic. And that's because if you go to your capture options, you actually never even logged any UDP traffic. So I just want to point out that this filter and this filter are different. What you log and what you see in your results. So with that being said, let's go ahead and figure out how to use these filters. So there are already a couple built-in ones, and if you just click this filter button on the left, then you can see some of the most common ones. So let's say that we only want to see, I don't know, let's see HTTP. We'll keep it real simple. So I'm going to hit apply and hit OK. So, okay, that's interesting, but I actually want to change that. Maybe I only want to see, everything but DNS. So I'm going to hit apply and hit OK. So now I'm looking at every single packet except if it's DNS related. So this is one way to do it, to get some of your common ones, and you can also just type it in manually. So actually, let me pull up one of the other ones. Actually, I'll type this and show you guys it the hard way, I guess. So if you're ever looking through and you're like, okay, I want to filter this out, but it isn't in the common filters, I need to write my own. It's probably going to be a pain in the butt, probably real complicated. Well, it's actually pretty simple. So say, let's just do something really easy. Let's alright, let's get the GET request. So I only want to look at HTTP, but not all HTTP traffic, not posts, not delete, not update. I only want to look at the GET HTTP traffic. So what I can do is this. If you go to HTTP, and by the way, whenever you're typing, if it is not a valid filter, then it's going to be displayed in red. So like if I try to filter by H, what the heck does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. However, whenever your filter is valid and it's actually going to work, then it's going to light up in green. So that way, it's a pretty cool indicator, but you don't have to guess if your filter is legit or valid or not. It tells you right in live time. So in order to filter out traffic by GET, I'm going to go to HTTP request, and I'm too lazy to type it, so request, hit enter, And then of course we want to filter out by method, and the method we want to equal get. So now what this is going to do is it's going to look through all my results, and whenever I hit apply, it's only going to show me the get traffic. So look at that, looking beautiful. So if you ever just want to clear it, then go ahead and hit clear. And if you click this little button, expression, then you can see that these are all of the different types of filters that you can have. So you can filter your packets out by a lot of different methods. And if you just start typing like HTTP, then you'll pop down to HTTP, so you don't actually have to scroll. Now, in that example that I just typed out, we saw that we can use this operator equals equals, and that means is the method exactly equal to get? And these operators, they don't apply, to every filter. So you can't be like filter the protocol if it's greater than HTTP location. That doesn't make sense. So the ones that are greater than and less than, you might want to say like the length, for example, some numerical data. So if the length of this is bigger than 1,000, then you might want to filter it that way. But I just want to point out that these relations, they're just not like all encompassing. You have to actually use them in a smart kind of way. So another thing that people can do is they can actually combine filters. So say that I wanted to search for get right here, and by the way, did I even point this out, that this is your little history? So it's kind of like kind of like a browser in a sense, where you click this and all the previous filters will pop up right like that. So say that I wanted to filter my packets out by get, and I also wanted to look at the post. So what I can do is I can surround this with parentheses. And if you guys are familiar with programming, then this is going to be like second nature. So the OR command is, if you hold down shift above the enter on your keyboard, use two of those little up and down lines. They're called pipe symbols, I think. And now we'll write post right here. So this is saying is show me all of the packets that use get or post. So I'm going to hit apply. And now I don't even know if I have any post traffic here, but if I did, then it would show the post traffic as well. Now, if you ever want to use and, then what it's going to do is it's going to look at two parameters. So this isn't going to make sense because you can't have a packet that is both get and post. So just remember it this way. Whenever you want to use multiple conditions, you can use pipe, which means or ampersand, which means and. If you use or, then if any of these conditions are true, then it'll display. So if this one's true, even if all the other ones are false, then it's going to show that packet. With two ampersands, what this means is every condition that you have listed, it needs to be true. So whenever I hit apply, of course, since a packet can't possibly have get and post, and that's why that doesn't show up. But let's say that you only wanted to show get packets that were had a length longer than 200. So that would be one where you would need to apply both conditions. But anyways, that's the basics of filters, and some of this other stuff is pretty easy. You can save your filters if you have one that you use a lot, but you usually just use the built-in ones. If I can get this right there, or you just type your own in real time. At least that's what I do, but whatever you guys want to do, follow your heart. There you go. Thank you for watching. See you next time.